Welcome to Interesting History. Please like, subscribe, and comment with your thoughts on the video in the comment section for more interesting history. Germany has long been known for its high-quality education system, but one aspect that sets it apart from many other countries is its commitment to providing free university education for all. This revolutionary approach has transformed the landscape of higher education in Germany, making it a beacon of opportunity and accessibility for students from all walks of life. In today's video, we will explore the history of free university education in Germany, from its roots to its impact on student enrollment and diversity, as well as the challenges and criticisms it has faced along the way. The roots of higher education in Germany. The origins of Germany's esteemed higher education system are deeply entrenched in its history, dating back to the establishment of the University of Heidelberg in the year 1386. This historic moment marked the inception of Germany's tradition in academic excellence, setting the stage for a university system that would become renowned for its research and innovation worldwide. Germany's approach to higher education has always been forward-thinking, with a focus on creating a scholarly environment that fosters intellectual growth and discovery. This tradition of academic rigor and excellence attracted scholars and students globally, establishing Germany as a hub for academic dialogue and innovation. Germany's commitment to higher education is also reflected in its long-standing belief in the value of education that is accessible to all. This principle is not a modern-day innovation, but rather a core philosophy that has evolved over centuries. The ethos surrounding education in Germany is deeply rooted in the idea that knowledge and learning should be available to every individual, regardless of their social or economic standing. This belief has fundamentally shaped the educational policies and practices in Germany, guiding its evolution towards the current model of free university education. The emphasis on accessibility and affordability in education can be traced back through Germany's history, highlighting a societal commitment to removing barriers to education. This approach is based on the understanding that education is not merely a privilege for the few, but a fundamental right that drives social equity and mobility. It is this foundational belief that has propelled Germany towards the implementation of free university education, transforming the landscape of higher education not just within its borders, but setting a precedent for the world. As Germany continues to build on this rich heritage, its higher education system remains a testament to the enduring values of academic freedom, inclusivity, and accessibility. The roots of higher education in Germany are firmly planted in the ideals of enlightenment and progress, principles that continue to guide its evolution in the modern era. The evolution of tuition fees in Germany. Germany's journey toward free university education was marked by significant evolution in its approach to tuition fees. Initially, German universities did charge tuition fees, but these were considerably lower than those seen in many other countries, embodying the nation's commitment to making higher education accessible. However, the landscape began to shift dramatically in the early 2000s, setting the stage for a pivotal change in policy. The turn of the millennium witnessed a growing discontent among students and the general public against the notion of tuition fees. The prospect of increased fees sparked widespread protests across Germany, with students, educators, and activists uniting in a collective call for the abolition of tuition fees. These protests were not just a response to financial barriers. They were a powerful expression of the fundamental belief that access to higher education should be a right, not a privilege limited by one's financial circumstances. This period of civil unrest and spirited debate catalyzed a national reassessment of the role and value of higher education in society. It became increasingly clear that tuition fees, even at low levels, represented a significant obstacle for many potential students, undermining the country's long-standing principle of education for all. Responding to the public outcry and the compelling arguments presented by advocates of free education, the political landscape began to shift. State governments across Germany took bold steps to eliminate tuition fees, starting with a landmark decision by Lower Saxony in 2014 to abolish these fees for all students. This move was not merely a reaction to the protests, but a proactive measure to reinforce Germany's dedication to educational equality and accessibility. The evolution of tuition fees in Germany from a nominal charge to a complete elimination reflects a profound commitment to democratizing higher education. It underscores the nation's understanding that the future of its society and economy hinges on the ability to nurture and harness the potential of all its citizens, regardless of their economic background. This pivotal shift has not only transformed the higher education landscape in Germany, but also set a precedent that continues to inspire global discussions on the accessibility and affordability of university education. The political push for free education. The journey towards free university education in Germany was significantly influenced by a dynamic political landscape, culminating in landmark policy changes that have set the country apart on the global education stage. The pivotal year of 2014 saw Lower Saxony leading the charge, boldly abolishing tuition fees for students, a move that quickly gained momentum and was mirrored by other states. This wave of change was not merely the result of legislative action, but was deeply rooted in a collective vision for a society grounded in equality and social justice. Politicians across the spectrum, along with a vibrant community of activists, played instrumental roles in advocating for a shift towards a tuition-free higher education system. These advocates argued passionately for an educational framework that does not discriminate based on socioeconomic status, ensuring every individual has the opportunity to pursue higher learning. Their efforts were not just about dismantling financial barriers. They were driven by a broader agenda to cultivate a more equitable society through accessible education. The dialogue surrounding free education in Germany was characterized by an unwavering belief in the transformative power of learning and a commitment to the principle that knowledge should be a public good, not a commodified asset. Political discourse focused on the long-term benefits of an educated populace, emphasizing the importance of investing in the nation's intellectual capital as a cornerstone of sustainable economic growth and social cohesion. This political push for free education, underscored by a deep-seated value system favoring inclusivity, laid the groundwork for the sweeping reforms that followed. It showcased the role of visionary leadership and public advocacy in challenging the status quo and reimagining the possibilities of higher education. Through these concerted efforts, Germany has not only redefined access to university education within its borders, but has also inspired a global conversation on making higher education universally accessible. Implementation across the states. The momentum generated by Lower Saxony's groundbreaking decision to eliminate tuition fees ignited a chain reaction throughout Germany. One by one, states across the nation began to align with this transformative vision, systematically dismantling the financial barriers that once stood between students and their academic aspirations. This nationwide implementation of free education was not a uniform process, but evolved through a series of strategic legislative actions, each tailored to the unique educational landscape and fiscal realities of the individual states. As the policy took root across Germany, its impact on the higher education system was profound and multifaceted. Universities, previously constrained by the economic limitations of their prospective students, suddenly found themselves accessible to a broader demographic. This expansion was not limited to domestic students. International scholars, drawn by the allure of free education, flocked to Germany, adding layers of cultural and intellectual diversity to university campuses. This transition period was marked by meticulous planning and adaptation, as state governments and educational institutions worked in tandem to ensure the sustainability and efficacy of the free education model. Financial mechanisms were re-evaluated and adjusted to maintain the high caliber of education that German universities are renowned for, without compromising on the newly established ethos of inclusivity. The ripple effect of this policy was immediate and significant. Enrollment numbers surged, reflecting a pent-up demand for higher education that was now being met. The demographic composition of universities began to shift, reflecting a more accurate representation of society's diversity. Through careful implementation and ongoing adjustments, the states of Germany collectively succeeded in preserving the integrity of their higher education system while making it accessible to all, thereby reinforcing the nation's commitment to equality and academic excellence. The impact on student enrollment and diversity. The implementation of free university education in Germany has catalyzed a significant transformation in student enrollment and diversity within its higher education institutions. By removing the financial hurdles previously associated with pursuing a degree, a wider array of students has been afforded the opportunity to further their education, leading to a surge in enrollment numbers across the country. This increase is not merely quantitative. It signifies a qualitative shift towards a more inclusive and diverse academic landscape. Historically, higher education in many parts of the world has been an exclusive domain, often reserved for those of certain economic or social standings. Germany's bold move to abolish tuition fees has disrupted this status quo, fostering an environment where students from varied backgrounds can thrive academically without the burden of financial strain. The influx of students from different socio-economic backgrounds, cultures, and countries has enriched the academic community, promoting a vibrant tapestry of perspectives and ideas within university halls. This diversification extends beyond domestic borders, attracting international students who are drawn to the high-quality, tuition-free education offered by German universities. This global dimension adds a valuable layer of cultural exchange and understanding, further enhancing the educational experience for all students. The presence of a more varied student body has necessitated adaptations in teaching methods, curriculum development, and campus resources, ensuring that the needs of a diverse student population are met. The policy's impact on student enrollment and diversity illustrates a successful stride towards democratizing higher education. It reflects a progressive understanding that diversity within academic institutions is not just beneficial, but essential for fostering innovation, critical thinking, and a well-rounded education. Germany's commitment to free university education has not only expanded access, but has also cultivated an academic environment where diversity is celebrated and embraced, setting a commendable example for other nations to follow. Challenges and criticisms of the free education policy. The transition to a free education model in Germany has not been without its detractors, who point to various challenges and criticisms that merit attention. A primary concern among skeptics is the financial sustainability of such a policy. They argue that the absence of tuition fees places a significant fiscal burden on the state, potentially diverting funds from other critical areas or leading to increased taxes. Critics also question whether the quality of education can be maintained without the revenue generated from tuition fees. They worry that as enrollment numbers swell, resources may become stretched thin, affecting the student-to-teacher ratio, access to research opportunities, and the maintenance of campus facilities. Additionally, there are concerns about the equity of the free education policy. Some argue that it disproportionately benefits wealthier students who might not require financial assistance for their education, thus questioning the redistributive impact of the policy. Others express apprehension that the influx of international students drawn by the lure of free education could strain the system and potentially limit spots available for domestic students. Despite these challenges, it's important to contextualize these criticisms within the broader success of the policy. The debate around the sustainability and implications of free education in Germany underscores the need for continuous evaluation and adaptation of the policy. It emphasizes the importance of balancing financial sustainability with the commitment to providing quality education for all. As Germany navigates these challenges, its experience offers valuable lessons in managing the complexities of free higher education in a way that strives to uphold both excellence and equity. The future of higher education in Germany. Germany's avant-garde stance on free university education not only champions the cause of academic inclusivity, but also sets a benchmark for educational excellence on a global scale. As we gaze into the horizon of higher education in Germany, the trajectory is marked by an unwavering commitment to nurturing intellectual capital and fostering a diverse scholarly community. This steadfast dedication is anticipated to spur innovation, drive socio-economic progress, and elevate Germany's position as an educational powerhouse. The infusion of government support and strategic investments in research initiatives underscores Germany's resolve to push the boundaries of knowledge and discovery. The nation is poised to bolster its academic infrastructure, ensuring that universities continue to offer cutting-edge programs that cater to the evolving demands of the global job market. This forward-looking approach is expected to attract a myriad of international talents, further diversifying the academic milieu and enriching the educational experience for all students. Moreover, Germany's proactive stance on embracing digital transformation in education heralds a new era of learning that transcends traditional classroom boundaries. The integration of technology in pedagogy and research is set to expand access, enhance learning outcomes, and enable students to acquire the skills necessary to thrive in a rapidly changing world. As Germany forges ahead, the dialogue around free university education will likely evolve, focusing on optimizing resource allocation, ensuring academic quality, and addressing the needs of a growing student population. This ongoing discourse will be instrumental in shaping policies that uphold the principles of equity and excellence, cementing Germany's role as a vanguard of progressive education. Comparing Germany's model to the world, Germany's pioneering approach to free university education has set a global benchmark, sparking interest and admiration from countries far and wide. This innovative model demonstrates a profound commitment to dismantling the financial barriers that hinder access to higher education, a vision that resonates with nations striving to cultivate more inclusive and equitable academic environments. As countries around the world grapple with the challenges of educational accessibility and equity, Germany's successful implementation of tuition-free higher education offers valuable insights and strategies. The global landscape of higher education is diverse, with each country navigating its own unique set of socio-economic realities. However, the core principles underlying Germany's model, accessibility, quality, and equity, serve as universal pillars that can guide the reform of higher education systems worldwide. By examining the steps Germany took to abolish tuition fees, including the mobilization of political will, the strategic reallocation of resources, and the continuous evaluation of the policy's impact, other nations can glean lessons on how to approach the daunting task of educational reform. Critically, the German model underscores the importance of viewing education as a public good rather than a commodity. This perspective shifts the focus from education as a privilege for those who can afford it to a fundamental right accessible to all. It challenges the global trend of rising tuition fees and student debt, proposing instead a system where the state invests in the potential of its citizens, recognizing that the long-term benefits far outweigh the immediate costs. While the feasibility of adopting Germany's exact model varies by country due to differing economic conditions and governance structures, the principles it embodies can inspire a rethinking of how higher education is financed and delivered. By aspiring to the ideals of Germany's tuition-free university education, countries can work towards creating a more inclusive, diverse, and equitable higher education landscape for the next generation. This channel is made possible by sponsors and viewers like you. For sponsorship opportunities, please contact ihbusiness@interestinghistory.net.